So we can use different ways to help the children use their mental faculties. Speaking them back or scaring them will not sharpen it. They will be thinking calmly. And this thing very helpful. The previous way. The child is taking it. Now you try to do something similar to what they did. A song, some dance, shaking your body, jumping, rolling, doing all sorts of things. And the child now to realize that what we used to do outside with our friends, sometimes we can do it in the class. So why is it that when I come to the class, I should cry? No. When I come, you put some of the things that we should be doing. Even where is better. Because the surrounding is better than what we used to do at home in the sun. See, that was a child. Right, I can't faculty. Or the bigger than now or something. What you can't say, it is still there. You get me? So we deal for that. That is why psychologists, we read to their minds. We are all interested. I always talk about another I only read the minds of children. We read their minds. Every time you are crying, you have something that you need to cry. We don't know. Something is making them cry. We observe them. Even if you go to the psychologist, you get your degree and everything. You can never perform well unless you observe them, unless you take your time to observe it, unless you see it. And whatever it is, you do that in our hands. So I don't know how to strategy, maybe. So you observe them. So this child that sees that whatever it is that happened at home, it is happening here. This child is, so that is why we start most of the songs and everything. We let them know that they are coming to talk about wild animals. So we're talking about the lion as a tail and have like once you get them over, we're talking about the gadget. Start mentioning about from after that. So what they say, and everyone will say, it's your head, it's your head. So who can make choices? Who can tell me what? No, here. Before you can even finish the statement, but yeah, it makes the learners feel like it's easier to understand that. Any question?
Please, my question is it good to ask them things that
something before more media sense?
Alright. Because if you are not having anybody, you tell and somebody is writing and you don't have any get into that. Don't write and come back. Leave me alone. Ask you won't get me anywhere. So then I can tell you, so write it out. Let me see. Which write let me see. Then you go. I don't see be a child, you can't never teach them. So then write it in write it on the back of the phone. Try to trace it. When you're doing everything. When they go, you trust them, you tell them. If you go like that, have your how do I record? Your flashcard. They will have flashcard. Have that they are eating on it. So you show them, see, maybe a colorful something. This is what they will say, they are happy. So look around at it. That day, because the way you want to teach them something, maybe you can place an somewhere. Where be the and then somewhere. If you're doing some things around before you start the lesson. So look around. Who can show me that? Someone like that. Auntie, pointing everywhere. They are happy. Who observe? They are. They are praying. The is there already. Your work is done. Come the next day, tell them to point stuff for you. Everybody. Maybe you say 1 or 2. You have some we go to the 3rd grade. They find it difficult to understand things faster. So you have time for that. But 80% of what children will definitely identify that if you go like this. How when you come and you write, okay, so children, I want to teach you A, and then you write A, very fast, A like this. They don't have that. They go slowly. They want you to do everything their way. They are happy. Okay. You do things their way and they are happy. So, like you rightly said, you have to use objects to teach them. You have a flashcard that you have the A on it. There's a sandpaper. We use that sandpaper. You have something that they have written on it. So while they are writing it, they feel the rough edge. And then they form the letter on the they form the letter on the brain because their fingers will automatically lead to their brain. Now they have the whole and they are writing, it is rough, a sandpaper, something, and they are forming the pattern. So by the time they finish with that, they feel it within them. So that even if they close their eyes, they can do it. That is the main reason why we use the sandpaper water. Even if they close their eyes, they can write the act without telling them what allocating. So that is some of the way we use it. So that's the first thing you can do that. Imagine. So let's go practical. I want to not mention this. The grandma said to John Wicked. Now little niece came from school and asked for them. You and Nancy are doing. So if you're going into this, where you went to. She said, come on, get up. So then I want to know. Were you very good at school? Or was Auntie at you? Then I was there, and then the daddy said, when you don't come and do that, your chance I don't want to do. I was slapped very right now. Why is he asking me in front of my sister? I was bright and I said, please, let us all hear why he's saying. And then she said, my teacher said we should don't wait for his student. It's easy, it's kind of already. Maybe your mom, dad, so the child wrong. Is she wrong with asking? She wants to know whether that be Wabong and Aman, so that she knows where she's getting them. You see, it's not her fault. The teacher did not say that this year, but the teacher used that statement to analyze something. And she's saying, I want to know. So she came home and she's asking Daddy, so I'm born and catch you. Tell me, or is it mommy or is it auntie? I want to know where I'm getting everything from. You see, so to the child, she wants to know. And to the daddy or to the auntie or whatever, she's doing nothing. Sometimes let's allow them learn. As bad as it be, let them learn and learn something from whatever. That is what Maria Montessori did, and we are all enjoying it. It wasn't easy for Maria to be with mentally ill children. It wouldn't be easy to be with people like that. But she stayed with them. She learned from them. It was something really remarkable. So let's have time for our children. Don't let us discuss them. When they do something bad, I understand. Like I said, I've been with them for years, so I understand sometimes we can very unwrong. Very unwrong. Alright. If you don't have any question for now, let me take this opportunity to have this question.
What's the question?
Yeah, America in the United States, and we see bigger that can be recognized. Yeah, so he just paid the ways for them to leave the children from there so that she get the opportunity to teach them. Because she believed that an environment that a child should be well prepared. So somewhere along the line, we learn something that for prepared environment is part of the basic. The child should learn in a prepared environment. You can't say that you take a picture out there. You expect the child to learn 2 times a week there. And then that child will sit. He always stands. Let the person very good. Of course, not learn. Don't even. Because before she wants to say something, unless she did like that, before she say more, she got out there. So the prepared environment, a place that the child feel comfortable to do whatever. So it will be like this stuff, traditional school. I say traditional school, our normal school, and we call it a where you sit like this, and then the teacher comes and standing and lecture. I'm not even lecturing, I'm teaching and saying all the things your child will learn and everything. Child see. And maybe their own is in another setting where they can get out and go and do something or come and do. So maybe you are doing this exactly right from the person. How they hold the pencil to write. It's a pencil big. So they hold the pencil like this. And then they relax it on your middle finger. Other than that, writing is very difficult. So it goes like this. When the 2 fingers are relaxed on the middle finger, it it makes it easy for you to write. You can write for hours and you don't feel it, even if you have your brothers. But you all also, if you can read it, you feel tired. So, our first would say is Montessori philosophy and principle. The first week, just that today says Montessori philosophy and principle. And we have done the introduction to Montessori philosophy. And the first week, philosophy. Now, when we were discussing, we got to the point that we said, Maria Viera, you have noticed that those that are mentally challenged, he started doing well. The observation that she made in provided materials, right? And she realized that she was doing better than the normal children. So what do you think she should do? She just wants to observe everything. What do you think she should do? After it is like God knows you can help. So I'm saying that we got to a point. So we started doing the research. She found out that children after eating the just go on the phone their parties, and she got an idea of introducing toys for them to benefit and to be as an arms of the official to or something. So it's a share. When King Taco was born, the first I guess 1810. Yeah. 18 so 1817. Okay, so she actually got out of Montessori.
I also from the information we give, also learned that Maria Montessori, she was a physician and she also was a doctor and physician.
So teachers are not that, we are not. They are always active. We are always active. And my children don't like me for that. Because I'm always active. And I'm always able to. As if my books, nobody comes. Because even if the light is off and I get to my room, I know where to find people that I'm looking for. That's been part of me. As initially I won't like that. Some of you will be reserved and understand that. If you want to be a teacher, you cannot be a reserved person. No, you can't. When will you be when one person is crying and